Have you ever felt that, despite giving your all, you still seem to be overshadowed in the vast picture of this hyper-connected world? That feeling where you feel like you're screaming into a hopeless space, longing for some recognition, but all your efforts only get silence, is not a strange thing. It's like you're standing in front of an invisible wall where your efforts are never seen or appreciated. But imagine if I said that this reality doesn't have to be yours forever. Imagine entering a space where the spotlight is naturally directed towards you, where your presence is not only recognized, but celebrated. Today, we embark on a journey of discovery where the ancient wisdom of Stoicism and its modern application will lead us. We're not looking for quick or surface-level solutions, but 10 transformative strategies that will change not only how the world sees you, but more importantly, how you see yourself. Every step forward is a step toward building a world where you enjoy respect, dignity, and self-esteem. If you feel like you're just one of those lost shadows in the crowd, this video is the key to helping you break free and enter an authentic space where you are appreciated and empowered. Join me until the end of this video, and together we will discover these transformational secrets that will not only change the way you are seen by the world, but will also change the way you see yourself. And if you just stop by, you'll soon realize that this is much more than just a self-improvement channel. This is a community where the resilience, growth, and true wisdom of Stoicism are expressed and alive. Hit the subscribe button and join us on this transformational journey, discovering how to become truly valuable. And for our regular viewers, your continued support is what keeps this community growing. Let's begin this path of transformation together and unlock the secrets to becoming truly valuable. Number 1. Take care of yourself. We gather not as strangers to one another, nor to ourselves, but as companions in the pursuit of wisdom, a wisdom as ancient as it is timeless, imparted to us by the Stoic philosophers of old. Our discourse centers on a principle of paramount importance, yet so often overlooked. Take care of yourself. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, amidst the ceaseless demands of work, the clamor of social media, and the relentless pursuit of material success, it's all too easy to lose sight of what truly matters. The Stoics, however, offer us a beacon of clarity in this all-consuming fog. They remind us that the care of oneself is not a luxury, nor an act of selfishness, but a fundamental duty, a duty not only to ourselves, but to the society in which we live. To take care of oneself, in the Stoic sense, is to nurture the mind, body, and soul with the same diligence and reverence a gardener bestows upon a cherished garden. Just as the gardener tends to the soil, waters the plants, and prunes the branches, so too must we tend to our bodies with nourishing food and physical exercise, water our minds with the pursuit of knowledge and wisdom, and prune away the destructive habits and thoughts that hinder our growth. Marcus Aurelius implored us to realize the power within our own minds. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he declared. This strength is not the brute force of the body, but the resilience of the spirit, the calmness of the mind, and the purity of the heart. Taking care of yourself means embracing each day as a precious gift, an opportunity to improve, to learn, and to grow. It means understanding that time is our most valuable asset, and how we choose to spend it defines the essence of our lives. Seneca, another Stoic sage, warns us, "It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it." Thus, to take care of oneself is to value one's time as the rarest of commodities and invest it wisely. But let us not misconstrue the Stoic admonition to care for oneself as an encouragement to retreat from the world or shirk our duties to others. On the contrary, by taking care of ourselves, we cultivate the strength, wisdom, and virtue needed to serve our families, our communities, and humanity at large. We become beacons of light in the darkness, exemplars of virtue in a world sorely in need of guidance. Dear friends, to take care of yourself is to heed the call of your highest nature. It is to honor the divine spark within you, to prepare yourself for the service of the greater good. Let us therefore embrace this Stoic principle with open hearts and minds. Let us commit to the care of our own well-being so that we may stand firm and unshaken amidst the storms of life, and in doing so, inspire others to do the same. Number 2. Listen more and talk less. Have you ever found yourself in a conversation, eagerly waiting for a pause, not to understand better but to insert your own story? It's a common human tendency, but Stoicism invites us to challenge this impulse. Zeno famously said, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we might listen more and speak less." This simple guidance is not merely about the mechanics of conversation, but a profound principle for leading a meaningful life. So to understand better, let's dive deeper into this principle. Consider the last time you truly listened to someone, not just heard them, but listened with the intent to understand, not to reply. How did that make you feel? How did it make the other person feel? In our fast-paced world, genuine listening is a rare gift. It's a form of respect, a way to show that we value others not just for their words, but for their experiences, thoughts, and very essence. Now let me share a story from the life of Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor. Despite his immense power, Marcus was known for his humility and wisdom. He would often hold councils where he invited his advisors to speak freely while he listened intently. Marcus understood that to lead effectively, he must listen more than he spoke. This practice not only made him a beloved leader, but also a wise one, as he could gather diverse perspectives before making decisions. So, you might ask, why is it important to listen more and talk less? It allows us to learn and grow. Every person we meet and every story we hear is an opportunity to learn something new. By listening, we open ourselves up to the vast tapestry of human experience, enriching our own understanding of the world. Furthermore, listening cultivates empathy. It's easy to become ensnared in our own viewpoints and struggles, but when we listen to others, we step into their shoes, if only for a moment. This empathy is the foundation of strong relationships and communities. It reminds us that we are all connected, all navigating the complexities of life together. The question we are invited to ponder, when was the last time you truly listened to someone without intending to respond with your own story, opens a new door for us to discover about ourselves, and how we interact with others. Stoic philosophy emphasizes the importance of listening rather than speaking. This is not only a way to improve our conversations, but also a path to wisdom, empathy, and deeper connection. When we actively listen to another person, we not only gain knowledge and understanding, but also show respect and care for that person. This can deepen relationships and build trust and a stronger sense of connection. Imagine a world where everyone shares space with each other to be heard and understood, where we don't rush to argue or jump in with our opinions, but instead focus on understanding others. This not only enriches ourselves, but also contributes to building a more peaceful and understanding society. Number 3, value your time. Our journey through the teachings of Stoicism brings us to a fundamental truth, a pillar of wisdom that stands the test of time, the invaluable nature of time itself. Imagine, if you will, a river flowing ceaselessly towards the vast ocean of eternity. This river, my friends, represents time, a force unstoppable, unyielding, and ever-flowing. It is within this river we find ourselves swimming, sometimes with the current, sometimes against it. Yet, regardless of our struggles, the river flows on, indifferent to our plights and pleasures. Seneca, a sage whose words have echoed through the ages, once imparted a truth so profound yet so simple. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. Pause for a moment and let these words sink in. How often do we find ourselves lamenting the lack of time, yet squander it on trifles, unworthy of the precious moments we are granted? Is to embrace each moment with intentionality, with purpose. It is to recognize that each second is a gift, an opportunity to grow, to love, and to live fully. The Stoics teach us not to be mere spectators of life, but active participants, shaping our destinies with the choices we make each moment. Imagine living each day as if it were a masterpiece you're painting, a poem you're composing, or a song you're singing. Would you not choose your colors with care, select your words with thought, and sing with all the passion in your heart? This, my friends, is how we ought to approach life, with the artistry and deliberation of a soul fully awake to the beauty and brevity of existence. But how, you may ask, do we begin to value our time in such a manner? The answer lies in the wisdom of the Stoics. By living in accordance with nature, by practicing virtue, and by focusing on what is within our power to control. It means saying no to distractions that lead us astray, and yes to pursuits that enrich our souls and elevate our spirits. Let us not be fooled by the siren calls of fame, fortune, or fleeting pleasures. These are but illusions, mirages in the desert of existence. Instead, let us seek the oasis of wisdom, the wellspring of virtue, for it is here we will find true fulfillment. As we navigate the river of time, let us do so with courage, with love, and with a deep appreciation for the journey itself. Let us leave behind a legacy not of riches or accolades, but of lives well lived, of time well spent, of love freely given. Number 4. Stay calm and composed. Imagine a storm. The wind howled, the sky darkened, and the world around was in chaos. And there, in the eye of this storm, stood a figure, motionless, serene, calm. It can be seen that this is the ideal of Stoicism. Have you ever found yourself in the middle of a personal storm? Your heart is pounding, your mind is racing, and peace seems like just a distant dream. Consider Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and a Roman emperor, who amidst the burdens of leadership and the uncertainties of war, found solace in tranquility. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength, he said. Imagine ruling an empire with this calm conviction. How might you apply this to your own challenges, no matter their scale? The story of a ship navigating a vast and unpredictable sea simulates the lives of each of us. The ship represents each person, while the sea symbolizes life and the difficulties and challenges we face. In that context, a Stoic is not someone who expects an easier life, but someone who learns to adjust the sails, taking advantage of all personnel resources to face and overcome difficulties. Learning to control the sails is not only about learning how to adjust course in stormy winds, but also symbolizes the ability to self-manage one's own emotions, attitudes, and reactions. When life gets tough, when we face uncertainty and adversity, we may not be able to control every event that happens, but we do have the power to choose how we react to those events. That event. Epictetus, another guiding light in Stoicism, offers us a profound insight. It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters. How often do we let external events dictate our happiness and our peace? Think about a recent event that disturbed your composure. Hold that thought. Now, imagine approaching it with a Stoic mindset. Changes. The event remains the same, but your perception and your reaction have been transformed. This is the power of Stoicism. But you may wonder how we can practice such calmness. The answer lies in daily practice. Start each day with a moment of reflection. What could challenge my peace today? How will I choose to respond? This simple practice can help you calm down. And remember, the pursuit of Stoicism is not a solitary journey. We are part of a community, a collective striving for wisdom. Share your story, your struggles, and your victories. Because when we share, we find strength, we find peace, and ultimately, we find ourselves. Number 5. Always be yourself. In the bustling world we live in, a world filled with incessant noise, incessant comparison, and pressure to conform, the Stoic voice whispers softly but with conviction, "Be true to who you are." Because what is a man if not the captain of his soul, the master of his destiny? The essence of Stoicism lies not in the rejection of external influences, but in the harmonious alignment of the inner self with universal virtues such as wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Marcus Aurelius, a sage not by choice but by virtue, advised, "Don't waste your time arguing about what a good man should be. Be a good man." In his moments of reflection, he doesn't talk about becoming someone else, but about becoming the truest version of himself. To be yourself in the Stoic sense is to accept your nature, understand your place in the universe, and act in accordance with reason. It is about realizing that your worth is not determined by external praise or the passing opinions of others, but by your commitment to living ethically and doing what is right and just, despite the storms that may rage around you. The journey to authenticity requires courage, dear friends. It requires us to look within, to question not only the world, but also ourselves. Are we living up to our principles? Are we swayed by the crowd, or do we stand firm in our beliefs even when we stand alone? Being yourself is about finding peace in knowing that you are living in harmony with your nature. Understand that every day brings a new opportunity to demonstrate your virtues, contribute to the common good, and be a beacon of light in a world often immersed in darkness. Ultimately, being yourself is about realizing that you are part of something greater, that your life is a thread woven into the tapestry of humanity. It is living with purpose, with love for yourself and for others. Number 6. Learn and grow continuously. At the heart of Stoic philosophy is a simple but powerful truth. Life is an endless opportunity to learn and grow. The ancient Stoics, with their profound understanding of human nature, reminded us that to live fully, we must always pursue wisdom. But what does continuous learning and development mean? And how can this ancient wisdom illuminate our lives today, especially in a world that seems so different from the one inhabited by the Stoics? Let's take a moment to consider the story of Jack, who began his life in chains as a slave in the Roman Empire. Despite the physical and social limitations placed on him, Jack's spirit remains untethered. He understands that although he cannot control his external circumstances, he has the ability to shape his inner world through learning and personal development. His life is a testament to the Stoics' belief that true freedom comes from within, from the knowledge we gather and the character we build. Now, I ask you, my friends, have you ever faced a seemingly insurmountable challenge? That moment when the world around you feels overwhelming? It is in these moments that the Stoics teach us that we find our greatest opportunities for growth. By facing adversity with courage and a willingness to learn, we forge our character in the fire of experience. So, as we walk this path together, let us ponder the following questions. What lessons can we learn from the obstacles we encounter? How can we apply the wisdom of Stoicism to our own lives to grow in morality and understanding? As Americans, living in a land of endless opportunity and diversity, we are uniquely positioned to pursue the Stoic pursuit of continuous learning. Our society, a collection of cultures and perspectives, offers endless avenues for growth and discovery. But let us not forget the importance of looking inward, cultivating the inner landscape of our mind and spirit. Finally, I invite you to reflect on your journey of learning and growth. Let us commit together to live a life of curiosity, embracing each day as an opportunity to become wiser, kinder, and more resilient. In doing so, we honor not only the legacy of the Stoics, but also the very essence of our humanity. Number 7. Let others help you. In our lives, we often find ourselves striving to embody strength, self-reliance, and independence. These virtues, undoubtedly noble, can sometimes lead us to a mistaken solitude, a belief that to accept help is to admit weakness. Yet Stoicism, in its profound understanding of human nature, teaches us otherwise. It encourages us to recognize our interconnectedness, embrace the support of our fellow beings, and understand that in this mutual assistance we find true strength. Consider the words of Marcus Aurelius, a Roman emperor, who reminded us, "We are made for cooperation, like feet, like hands, like eyelids, like the rows of the upper and lower teeth." The image of this evokes a feeling of solidarity, a reminder that just as the parts of the body work together for the greater good of the whole, so do we, as individuals in society, should also support and uplift each other. This teaching calls us to a humility that is powerful, not in its submission, but in its recognition of our shared humanity. It asks us to see the strength in asking for help, in acknowledging that we do not journey through life alone, but are part of a vast tapestry of human experience. When we let others help us, we do not diminish our value. Instead, we amplify it, creating stronger connections and cultivating a community that thrives on mutual respect and understanding. In today's world, where individual achievement is often celebrated above all else, Stoicism invites us to reconsider our definitions of success and strength. It teaches us that our greatest achievements are not those we reach alone, but those we reach with the support of others. It reminds us that every person we encounter has something to teach us, and that every hand extended in assistance is an opportunity to grow, learn, and deepen our connections with the world around us. To let others help you is to practice courage, the courage to be vulnerable, the courage to be open, and the courage to admit that we are, all of us, works in progress. It is in this space of vulnerability that we find our greatest opportunities for growth. It is only when we open ourselves to the influence of others that we can truly transform, evolving into the fullest expression of our beings. As you move through your day, I encourage you to reflect on this principle. Look for opportunities to let others in, to accept help with grace, and to offer your assistance in return. Remember, it is in the giving and receiving of aid that we find the true essence of community, the true strength of our humanity. Number 8. Maintain a sense of mystery. Stoicism is a place where the essence of our being is not measured by the clamor of the world, but by the quiet strength within us. As we tread this path, I invite you to embrace a principle deeply rooted in Stoic thought. the art of maintaining a sense of mystery. This practice is not a call to build walls around your heart, but rather to cultivate a garden within, where the most precious parts of you can grow untamed and unseen until they are strong enough to stand in the light. It is a reminder that not all treasures are meant to be displayed, and that some jewels shine brightest in the quiet corners of our existence. In a society that urges us to share indiscriminately, to lay bare every corner of our lives, Stoicism whispers a counterpoint, that there is virtue in reserve, in the choice to hold back. This choice is not born of fear, but of strength. The strength to know that our value does not wane, because it is not on display, and that our worth is not diminished by the world's unawareness of it. By maintaining a sense of mystery, we navigate the world with quiet confidence, secure in the knowledge that our inner sanctuary is ours alone to govern. We become like the Stoic oak, whose roots run deep and wide, unseen, yet providing the strength for it to stand tall and serene against the storms. Let us then, inspired by the wisdom of the Stoics, choose what we reveal with intention. Let us honor the sacred parts of our being by allowing them the space to breathe and grow in private. In doing so, we not only protect the integrity of our inner world, but also invite others to meet us with the same depth and respect. Number 9, keep some things private. Now let me ask you, dear listeners, have you ever felt the urge to share every detail of your journey with the world, only to find that in doing so, the essence of your experience somehow diminishes? This is where the Stoic virtue of keeping some things private comes into play. Consider the story of Cato the Younger, a Stoic who walked the streets of ancient Rome. Despite his status, he chose a life of simplicity over ostentation. His strength and wisdom were not for show, but were a private testament to his character. Why, you might ask, would someone of such stature choose to keep his virtues subdued? Because, dear friends, true value and strength lie not in external validation, but in internal satisfaction and peace. In this age of digital, where every thought and moment is broadcasted, the Stoic practice of privacy becomes a beacon of tranquility. It's a choice to live authentically, without the need for the world's approval. Have you, my friends, experienced the quiet joy of a moment cherished in solitude, unspoiled by the eyes of the world? Now let's ponder together. Why do we feel compelled to share every detail of our lives? Is it for connection, or is it perhaps a quest for validation? Stoicism invites us to question these impulses, to find value in our own eyes first. Think of your personal thoughts and experiences as a garden. In this garden, some flowers are so precious, so beautiful, that you choose to keep them hidden away, treasuring them in the quiet of your own soul. This garden does not need the admiration of passers-by to validate its beauty. It is simply and profoundly for you. But how, you may wonder, can we practice this Stoic virtue in our daily lives? It begins with introspection. Before you share, ask yourself, does this need to be shared? What do I seek in sharing it? This is not a call to isolation, dear listeners, but an invitation to discernment. It is about choosing depth over breadth, meaning over volume. In the spirit of Stoicism, let us embrace the power of keeping some things private, not as a burden, but as a gift that allows us to cultivate inner strength, integrity, and peace. Let this be our guiding star in an era that prizes visibility above all. So, I leave you with this question to ponder. What will you choose to keep for yourself, to nurture in the private chambers of your heart, as a testament to your strength and wisdom? As we close out our exploration of 9 Stoic strategies to be more valuable, we hope you feel inspired and ready to apply the lessons to your life. These strategies are not only powerful tools to help you increase your self-worth in the eyes of others, but more importantly, they help you see yourself with a noble value and maintain self-esteem in the eyes of others. Remember, this journey is not about seeking external approval, but about creating change from within, a change that will make you not only stronger and more assertive, but also make your presence meaningful and deeply affect those around you. We invite you to continue sharing your journey and the strides you've made. Leave a comment below about the strategies you found most useful, or the challenges you encountered and how you overcame them. Your sharing is not only an inspiration to the community, but also helps us learn and grow together. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, click like, and share this video if you find it brings value to you. Your support is a great encouragement to help us continue to create meaningful and quality content. Let's build a strong community together where we not only seek more value for ourselves, but also help and uplift each other. Thank you for spending time with us today. Stay tuned and join this amazing journey. Together, we will explore and unlock endless possibilities, shaping a future where each of us can shine at our true worth. See you in the next videos.